Hey fantasy owners, welcome to Lift the Cup Fantasy, or LTC Fantasy as some call it, and today's our weekend ads episode, where this weekend there's actually 17 teams that played 2 games over the Friday through Sunday push. So we looked at the schedule, we narrowed it down to 6 teams that have a little bit easier matchups this week, so we'll focus on them. Those teams being Carolina, Florida, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, and Tampa Bay. We'll jump right into Carolina. On the back end, I look at Jacob Slavin. He's owned in 50% of Yahoo leagues. Should mention in these totals, he did get a goal and 2 assists tonight while the game's still going on, so this isn't factored in. But in 3 games played, he has 1 goal, 17 assists for 18 points. He's +7, which is nice. 5 power play points, 26 hits, 53 blocks, and 67 shots on goal, so his shot total's pretty nice too. Another one I look at is Brett Pesce. He's only owned in 4% of Yahoo leagues, but he's put together a decent season. 23 games played, he has 2 goals, 11 assists for 13 points, so he's over that half point per game, +3, 3 power play points, 10 hits, 29 blocks, and 44 shots on goal. Another D-man to consider and look at, because he's been decent lately, is Pesce's D-man partner in Brady Shea. Finally figured out how to pronounce it properly. I looked it up. It is pronounced Shea. It's spelled S-K-J-E-I, just in case anybody's trying to look up and how to find him out there. But he's also another D-man to consider. Forwards for them, I look at Vincent Trocheck. He's only listed as a center. He's up to 69% owned, so it is getting up there, but you'd still have a little better than a 3 in 10 chance of finding him. In 35 games played, he has 8 goals, 16 assists for 24 points, +9, which is nice, 6 power play points, 70 hits, so he's not afraid to throw the body around, 20 blocks, and 61 shots on goal. Another one to look at is Martin Necas. He's listed as center right wing, owned in 55% of Yahoo leagues, so just under a 1 in 2 chance of finding him. He did just enter COVID protocol, so he might not be back in time for Friday, so definitely do watch that. But in 33 games played, he has 8 goals, 13 assists for 21 points, +4, 3 power play points, 25 hits, 6 blocks, and 63 shots on goal, so I like his shot total too. If Necas isn't back in time, a couple of forwards to consider is Seth Jarvis, because he did get bumped up to the number 1 line with Aho, and he did get a goal tonight. And also Nino Niederreiter, a little bit of a tongue twister there, is another one to look at, just in case Necas isn't ready for Friday. Moving along, we go to Minnesota. I look at Alex Goligoski on the back end. He's owned in 31% of Yahoo leagues, and year to date, he has 30 games played. He has 2 goals, 19 assists for 21 points, so he gets some decent production, well over a half point per game. +15, which is really nice if plus-minus is considered. 3 power play points. He has 26 hits, so not a lot of hits, but won't kill you either. 42 blocks and 36 shots on goal. Other options on the back end with Minnesota is Jonas Brodin. He can be a little streaky at times, so if you catch him at the right moment, that's somebody to consider. Matt Dumba, I would take a look, but highly unlikely you're going to find him because his ownership is up to 75% now. But you never know. Forwards, I look at Matt Zuccarello. He's listed as a right wing. Only owned in 49% of Yahoo leagues, so you got a 1 in 2 chance. And he's had a really good offensive season. 29 games played. He has 11 goals, 21 assists for 32 points, so he's over that point per game pace. +18, which is really nice. He has 10 power play points, so if your secondary scoring is based on plus-minus and power play points, really adds some value for you. 12 hits, 18 blocks, and 67 shots on goal. Next forward to look at is Kevin Fiala. He's listed as left wing, right wing, so you do get a couple of spots where you can slot him. His ownership is up to 69% now, but you still got a 3 in 10 chance. I look at his last 6 games. He has 5 goals in those 6 games, 2 assists, 7 points, +5, 2 power play points, 3 blocks, and 23 shots on goal. So if shots on goal count in your league, definitely look at him because he definitely shoots a lot. Last forward to look at is Marcus Foligno. He's listed as left wing, right wing, owned in 62% of Yahoo leagues. Year to date, he has 35 games played, 14 goals, 9 assists for 23 points, so decent production. +16, which is really nice. 5 power play points, 99 hits. So if hits count in your league, definitely take a look at him because he'll add some value there. 21 blocks and 51 shots on goal. Moving on to Tampa Bay. It is Tampa, so pickings are slim because most of the guys are owned. So on the back end there is Hedman, but Sergachev is even up to 77% owned. Maybe take a peek, but it's not very likely that you're going to find him. Forwards that are under that 75% threshold, I look at Alex Killorn. He's listed as a left wing, right wing, owned in 70% of Yahoo leagues. You got a 3 in 10 chance of finding him. In his last 12 games, he has 4 goals, 12 assists for 16 points. So he's a 1.25 points per game, which is nice. +4, 1 power play point, 16 hits, so he's throwing the body in those games. 3 blocks and 24 shots on goal, so he's averaging 2 shots per game, which is nice. Next forward is Anthony Cirelli. He's listed as a center right wing, so you do get a little versatility there, and he's only owned in 39% of Yahoo League, so for a Tampa player to be that low and plays on the second line and second power play unit, there's some value there. He's on a 3-game point streak. He has 2 goals, 2 assists for 4 points, +4, 1 hit, 4 blocks, and 8 shots on goal. So he's definitely starting to, after Kucherov came back, he's still adding some value there because everybody's slotting a little better where they should be. Now, if you do like today's episode, please hit like, remember that subscribe button, and hit that bell so you get notified on future episodes. And we'll move along right to St. Louis. On the back end, I do look at Colton Parayko. He's only owned in 34% of Yahoo leagues. Year to date, he's played in 37 games, so he has 4 goals, 13 assists for 17 points. So just a hair under that half point per game that I like to see from D-men. It is ugly, his plus-minus. He is -11, but he does block a lot of shots. He has 86 blocks, so if that counts. He has 39 hits on the season. 15 of those 39 hits are just in the last 10 games. So he's starting to throw that big frame around. And he has 64 shots on goal, so decent shot total for a D-man. Forwards, I look at Ivan Barbashev. What I do like about him, he's listed as center, left wing, and right wing. So you could basically play him anywhere in the forward ranks, which is nice. He is up to 65% owned. 38 games played. He has 15 goals, 19 assists for 34 points. So just a hair under that point per game. He's +8, 8 power play points, 63 hits. So he throws the body around a bit. 18 blocks and 64 shots on goal. Next one I look at is Robert Thomas. He's listed as center right wing. Only owned in 32% of Yahoo leagues. So you got a 2 in 3 chance of finding him out there. But he's had a really good offensive season. 32 games played. He has 5 goals. He's up to 5 goals. I know his goals are low, but he's had 3 in the last week. 25 assists for 30 points. So almost a point per game player. +5, 7 power play points. He doesn't throw his weight around. He only has 7 hits. Doesn't really block a lot of shots, so only 11 blocks. That could probably explain the low ownership on him. But he does have 50 shots on goal, so if you're in a scoring league where goals and assists are weighted a little heavier, he's definitely somebody to look at for you. Last one is David Perron. He just squeaked under the ownership threshold. He is owned in 74% of leagues, so it might be kind of hard to find him. But he is listed as left wing, right wing. In 26 games played, he has 8 goals, 12 assists for 20 points. He's a -4, but 9 power play points in only 20 games played. That's pretty nice. He has 25 hits, 5 blocks, and 63 shots on goal. So he definitely takes a lot of shots. Moving along, we go to Florida. And we look at the back end is Gustav Forsling. He's only owned in 28% of Yahoo leagues. And in 33 games played, he has 1 goal, 18 assists for 19 points. He's plus 20, which is, I think he's in the top 10 for plus minus on the season. So that's some extra value there. 26 hits, 37 blocks, and 62 shots on goal. Forwards, I do look at Anthony Duclair. He is up to 65% owned, so his ownership's getting up there. But he's listed as left wing, right wing. So you do get that versatility. He does play on the second line and first power play unit. And in 30 games played, he has 16 goals, 14 assists for 30 points. So he's at that point per game, plus 28, which is phenomenal. That definitely adds some value there. 14 hits, 12 blocks, and 65 shots on goal. Next one to look at is Carter Verhaeghe. He's listed as a center left wing, and he's owned in 59% of Yahoo leagues. He got that 4 in 10 chance, so a decent chance of finding him. 37 games played. He has 13 goals, 18 assists for 31 points. He's plus 14, which is nice value there. 3 power play points, 23 hits, 6 blocks, and 75 shots on goal. Next one to look at is Anton Lundell. He's listed just as a center, only owned in 22% of Yahoo leagues. But if you look at his last 9 games played, he has 4 goals, 7 assists for 11 points. So he's over that point per game threshold, plus 9, which is really, really nice in 9 games. 1 power play point, 3 hits, 9 blocks, so he's averaging a block per game, which is nice, and 20 shots on goal, so he's getting you over 2 shots per game, which is nice. Another forward to consider with Florida is Patrick Hornquist. He had a really good offensive season last year. Definitely dipped down a bit this year, but he does have 5 points in his last 4 games played. So definitely take a look at him. It never hurts if you are in a pinch. Last team that we're going to look at is Pittsburgh. Obviously, you're not going to get Malkin, Crosby, Getzel, or Rust, but couple forwards to consider is Evan Rodriguez. He's listed as center right wing, owned in 74% of Yahoo leagues, so he is just under that 75%. That has to do with him starting to get dropped, but he definitely does add some value. 38 games played, he has 15 goals, 15 assists for 30 points. He's plus 8, 7 power play points, 35 hits, 18 blocks, but 123 shots on goal. So he definitely still gets a lot of shots on goal. And a lot of Pittsburgh forwards seem to be injury prone. And if one of them goes down, he's the one that's going to get bumped up right away because he's played in the top 2 lines most of the season with the injuries they've had. Another one to look at is Jeff Carter. He's listed as center right wing, only owned in 39% of Yahoo leagues. And in year to date, he has 13 games played. He has 11 goals, 11 assists for 22 points. He is a -3, which sucks, unfortunately, being in Pittsburgh. 4 power play points. He has 40 hits, 10 of those hits being in the last 5 games. So maybe he's getting into his veteran playoff mode. He's starting to throw the body around. He has 20 blocks and 106 shots on goal, so he definitely gets a lot of shots. Next one to look at is Kasperi Kapanen. He's listed as left wing, right wing, only owned in 19% of Yahoo leagues, but he is playing on Malkin's line. So since Malkin's been back, he's played 4 games. He has 4 assists in those 4 games. He's even, 1 power play point, 4 hits, 2 blocks, and 6 shots on goal. So his fantasy value definitely has increased since Malkin has come back. So I'd take a look anyways, never hurts. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please remember to hit like, hit subscribe, remember that bell, and we'll be out in a few days with our Week 15 strategy session. Good luck, owners. Hope you push for the win.